to beat.
Welcome in, everybody. It's time for the 5.17 update show. I'll be your host, Aggro. And this is going to be a good one. I say that every time, and I mean it every time. But this one in particular, we've got a lot of awesome stuff for you. We've got a bunch of new god changes, a couple new item changes, maybe even a new item.
What'd you say?
Guys, don't say a word.
Golden age of assassins. You'll understand that joke
Don't say anything.
later on. But what everyone's asking about and what everyone was excited about coming into this update was news about Hera, the newest god coming to Smite. And so we figured we would start right about there.
Nothing.
And to do that, I've got
Perfect. Thank you,
AJ
Plat.
and Hi-Rez Ryu here with us as well.
Thank you, guys.
Oh wait, I got a little. Oh, you're right.
Everyone just type nothing in chat.
We're gonna get that in a minute. I skipped over what you guys just wanted to see, which is the skin preview. So let's do that real quick. We've got Cyber Scythe Thanatos. That was the lead off here, and man, this skin. Usually we like to save the best towards the end. We might have gone with the lead this time. This skin is incredible. I can't wait to see what all the effects look like. We'll go on to that.
Oh, David, my man.
Power Anubis is next up.
What a guy.
I'm a huge fan of this line of skins. I'm a big user of the Agni
David's trying to get
skin
mod.
that looks like this, and now with Anubis, I get to have a whole galaxy team. We're getting pretty close, right? Soul has one, Medusa has one. We're getting pretty close. Chernobog as well. Then we've got General Naceris Kumbhakarna. Well, I think I missed the pun in there. It's like a rhinoceros is the joke. General Naceris. There it is. Kumbhakarna. My man's looking fierce with some war armor in the rhinoceros look. I love it. And then last but certainly not least, Pixel Chaos Discordia.
Dude.
This skin looks amazing as well.
I can just tell there's
some sick stuff going on with these effects. And we will check out that later on. But anyone know where I can get those socks? I think that'd be a pretty good look for me on this update show.
No.
You know, if I just had those neon socks going, but it might be distracting. I'll talk to my people about it. As I mentioned, we're gonna get right into Hera right off the bat, and then, as I mentioned before, but this time corrected, it's Titan Ryu, and it's Titan Ajax. What is up, my guys? How you doing today?
Hey, good to be here.
Hello, Queen Aggro. Doing well.
Awesome, dude. I'm so excited to get into Hera. So, with no further ado, what is Hera's class?
We're here to talk about the newest mage that'll be coming to Smite. Yes.
Yes,
I know a lot of people.
Excited.
We've been wanting some mages. It's been a little bit of a break. Baron was a bit of a flex. We'll see how Hera turns out, but we want her. She's going to be a mage. Yeah, we're really excited about it.
That was going to be my first question. Like, Baron is one of my favorite gods that we've ever done. He's just so flavorful and so awesome. But I don't get to play him in mid that often. Will I be able to play Hera in mid?
I think you will.
Okay, good.
So Hera is a big part of Smite, right?
Yes.
This is a huge name. So we're theming the Odyssey around her as well. The whole Odyssey story is going to be traveling along with Hera, and we're going to be going to a lot more character development with her.
That's right. So yeah, for this year's Odyssey, we want to dive into the story and really bring her to life more. And I think the best way to really bring a story and a universe to life is a deep dive into a character.
So she's going to be a mage?
Ian St. Martin, the writer who worked on Divine Uprising. I was checking the forums, and saw a lot of feedback about how Divine Uprising was exciting, but it felt like it was leading into something. It never really got there. So we are investing more time to really flesh out that story. It's significantly longer than Divine Uprising.
Definitely. More chapters and more words per chapter.
So please give us feedback about that. We're going to check out how many people are watching it and reading it on the website to see, if it adds value. We're going to keep doing stuff like that.
And the most exciting thing is we're going to be tying our god releases together through this story.
So
we're going to start with Hera and the Odyssey, and she's going to be stepping out into the
you did?
She's going to be punishing those who are responsible. So Hel and Fenrir and Loki are gonna get it. So we'll see how Hera decides to.
I'm gonna shake a foxy kunkel.
Has even greater challenges
that? Sounds dirty.
More parts of Ragnarok that maybe we haven't.
Thanks for the prime sub, kunkel.
She's gonna have to really come together as gods to defeat these unseen evils, and we're gonna use that mystery to foreshadow our upcoming gods.
World-class villain, a good world-class villain, and soon enough. We were already planning out the rest of 2019, even a little bit of 2020, really trying to get us to think ahead, no doubt. And what we're going to do is lead in the Odyssey to our next event, which will introduce gods 99 and 100.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Holy, okay.
So Odyssey and the next event are all tied together.
Yeah.
I almost said it. AJ.
Don't say it. You
I
can't say
almost
it.
said it.
I was
AJ is
worried.
gonna. AJ. I was looking at me like Richard. Don't
lead straight into the God releases of, and I was like, do we need to mute this guy's mic real quick?
Oh
Like,
man, I'm a
are you
firecracker.
serious?
I'll say what I want.
I was like, they hear classified stuff all the time, and they talk all the time. So you guys are really good at not saying stuff accidentally.
More or less.
We're the danger. We're the risk.
Anyways.
So yeah, that's really exciting about this story. You want to read that story, and that'll help you kind of try to figure out what's coming up in Smite if you pay more close attention to that.
That's really cool, and that's something that throughout the years, I mean, just as a fan participating in the Odyssey during Season 1 and Season 2, that sort of narrative that carried through it, I thought was a really cool part of it, and now trying to beef it up a little bit is a really cool idea. So how is it going to start? Is it Hera right now? Like, what's the idea with the timeline for the Odyssey?
We're going to focus a lot on Hera. So obviously, we're starting the Odyssey now in 5.17. Hera is launching in 5.19.
Okay.
So we're going to be developing Hera through some the story and some other materials. We're going to be showing constant teasers. We have some really cool video stuff we're working on. We're going to have game design blog posts and everything as we lead up to that. We're spending a lot of time on Hera to really make sure across the board she's really thematically strong and polished.
And in Argus, really spending more time in Argus too to make it feel good from an art standpoint, but also thematically, and also the kit. All of that takes extra time, and I think for the playtest and seeing how it's evolving, it looks really good. It feels very good.
So we'll still be leading up to Hera's arrival for a few patches.
That guy
and
looks
then
sick.
After she arrives, we'll see some more developments with how we're going to kind of take this story through the future, which will kind of be our next big chapter in Smite and the new gods that'll be arriving around the end of the year in Season 6.
So again, just to recap, the Odyssey begins with the 5.17 update,
This
but
patch.
Hera will not be until 5.19, so plenty of time to ramp up and get ready, set the stage for such a grand entrance for Hera. Can you give us some more details about how the Odyssey is going to work this year? Because usually we do some different things every year.
Yeah, so this year we're trying to focus on the successful parts of the Odyssey and what's clear about the event. So we're not adding to any new systems or anything crazy. There will still be the quests and the purchases. You buy skins, you earn points, or you do the quests to earn points.
Sure.
Those will level you up through the bonus rewards where you can unlock additional skins, and eventually the tier 5 if you buy all the content, or if you switch between a good combination of doing quests and getting skins.
What did we learn from the Divine Uprising event, and how did that kind of impact the way that the Odyssey is structured out this year?
I think tying it into the gods was a great thing that we learned, is make it more thematically cohesive, tying in a story into it, which I believe. We'll see how it plays out, but basically what we did for Divine Uprising, but more. So tying it to the theme, to the lore, the story, and hopefully resonate.
And it won't just be shown through the written parts of the story, the actual content in the game and the event and all of our videos and things like that. And the gods that arrive after Hera will make sense why the universe needs them. It won't just be, oh, we picked this character because we thought it was cool or we thought we could do this ability. It will actually physically work with Smite's current lore.
Yeah, and shout out to Jay Sharp, a long-term Hi-Rez employee. Really led this art style for us, which I think is a wonderful hand-painterly style. It alludes to mythology, and it's a unique taste that we haven't done before.
Yeah, it really feels mythical to me. I like it a lot.
Indeed,
so all of the Odyssey chapters are going to have an image like this, and you'll see some really cool sets of what's going on in the game.
That's super cool. And ultimately, I mean, I don't think I'm giving anything away here. It's got to lead to this Tier 5 Ares skin in some way, right? I mean, that is the Odyssey event, the reward that we've been talking about. This year's Tier 5. Is that part of the plan, one of the roadmaps along the way?
So, how I see skins, they're an alternate fantasy, like an alternate universe. It's almost like if you watch Marvel and you follow DC Comics, there's always alternate universes that explore the characters you love.
Yeah.
And T5 Ares is that. And what I love about T5 Ares, there's this evolution that we have where you have this there's light guardian with this wonderful ornate armor, and he's from Mount Olympus, and he descends onto our world.
Destiny, it's
and
all
he finds
greasy.
his temple.
Well, that's not.
And the story that we have in our head is he's trying to end all.
Let's go get a rubber
wars. He's trying to take the
What a
mantle
nice
as the
guy.
god of war. He's not a nice guy, but he's tired and sick of the gods fighting.
welcome.
So he enters his temple, his dark temple.
That was a
He emerges in
satisfying
there and he hears
pop.
his voice booming, echoing for him to come hither. As he gets closer and closer, he finds this relic. He grabs this relic, and it consumes him, and he turns into Godslayer Ares. You want to describe how it's?
To make peace, he has to conquer everyone.
Right.
So he has this drive, and although He is shining light armor. He is a symbol of power and absolute strength, which is intimidating, especially, or scary or evil if you're on the wrong side of him.
Right.
And he has noble drives behind his ambitions, but ambition can come at a cost. And when ambition combines with power that you cannot control, that's when you dive into darkness.
Indeed.
And that's kind of how we're taking Ares through here. And here you can see the updated art concept from the earlier iteration from the fan concepts and the voting. This is what we're going to be using going forward as we work on our modeling and animation.
And we're still exploring, but one big spoiler, we're trying to develop this shield, the iconic Ares shield, to be a sentient being, its own personality. Ooh. And then what we're doing right now is writing a script for the shield. So as you play the game, this shield would also whisper and consume you as you play.
It's the relic that slowly whispers in his ear,
right.
and the whispers get louder until he succumbs to the power.
And I want to know from the fans, I'll post it on Reddit, but I want to know if it should be the shield, should it be an announcer pack, or should it be part of Ares VO?
Yeah.
Because, end of the day, if it's announcer pack, you use it for any god.
Oh, yeah.
If you make it part of the script, then it's always tied to your current lines
right.
of Ares. So, which one did y'all want?
Yeah.
I want to try to figure that out, too.
Whatever people get excited about. We're trying to make as many new exciting things with this skin. It's, as you can see, it's got 4 forms.
Yep.
We're going to go with the level up progression on this skin. We want to make sure you get a good timing, good pacing with each form. But we are going to be looking into some new tech, some new exciting stuff for it. I'm working on a design right now that at level 20, so after you've seen all the forms and spent a good bit in each of them, you'll unlock a special emote. You can only use a level 20 that will let you rotate back between the forms to kind of choose your favorite or reset yourself.
That would be so cool.
So if some people like to see a little bit more of one form or the other, we want to give the players who get this skin, it takes a lot of engagement in playing Smite, so we want to make sure it has something cool and new to it.
I'm not saying that I may or may not have intentionally missed some farm on some tier 5 skins to keep the form I liked, but it's a possibility.
Yeah,
so
right.
that would be nice, especially with the whispering thing. Here's a little bit of a sales pitch for you guys, just something to consider. What if we decided to go with the route of maybe the shield would, I don't know, keep track of beads timers for you? You just keep playing. Hey, Cupid beads are down until 350.
Aggro wants pay to win. Do you guys
Aggro
hear
wants
this?
pay to win.
I'm just saying,
roast aggro on Twitter
future
now.
idea, certainly, maybe it could be incorrect information, and you have to
incorrect
parse
information.
it.
I love
like
trolling.
that now.
I
That's
like
cool.
that.
Parse, you have to figure
Pay
it
to
out.
lose. Pay to lose. Let's go. Let's go, baby.
Blink Cult 5v1. You've got this.
Yeah, they're all dead.
Now,
It's only
I
if
like
you
the
want
idea
to.
of them coaching Ares into violent actions. Now that's a good pitch.
Okay, all right, we'll get there. So the Divine Uprising, we just went through that. This is moving now towards the Odyssey. How long will the Divine Uprising content stay?
Yeah, this is another new feature. We're going to keep Divine Uprising available in the game for, it's going to be about a month, so maybe 2 more patches. We're still kind of deciding that. But we want to give people a little extra time if they came to the event late to browse through all the cool content, decide what they really want. See what they may have picked up from the gem sale. Now they might want something they weren't interested in before.
Yep.
So it'll be around maybe 5/19. That's a little flexible, but at least till then probably. And so it'll actually overlap the Odyssey for a little bit, just in case you're a little late. But
So
the Odyssey will be kicking off now anyway, this patch.
That gem sale, definitely want to make sure you take advantage because we're being nice. You can still get Divine Dragon Bologna and that tier 5 skin from the Divine Uprising.
Yeah.
While supplies last, which isn't going to be for very much longer. Guys, thanks so much. Super excited about Hera and the Odyssey and can't wait to see what's going to go on with it this year. The Project Olympus is something that players have really been asking about a lot on Reddit. I see it all the time. I hear we have some updates for that.
We got a couple interesting features for Project Olympus this patch. So one for console specifically, which this one I'm really excited about. When you are in certain menus and you can hit the B or circle button, which is kind of the default back button, a lot of them have functionality for that button, so in that case it'll still do what it's supposed to, but it'll exit the menu, which is really nice because players when they're first learning on console might get stuck in the level up menu or some things like that, and then they hit B and they're kind of not sure why that doesn't exit, but you have to hit the button again. So we're just trying to make the controls more fluid there. That's a really big quality of life change, I think.
Another one I've got listed here is that chests will now list all of their contents, so now you know exactly what you're getting in there.
We got a lot of feedback about that, but I think that's a good thing. It's very player friendly. You get to see what's in the chest, so definitely.
Perfect.
Transparency is key in this. We want to make sure that this is clear for everybody.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's
And
right.
another thing that is coming to console that was on PC. Now you can have video links for all the God abilities whenever you're previewing them. So maybe if you're an absolute fool and don't have the God pack, you're trying to figure out exactly who you want to get next, those God ability previews can be a good way to do it.
Definitely. I mean, end of day, we always say we want to make sure we improve the console experience. It's time for us to keep doing that. We just hired our tech director very recently. It takes months, if not longer, to really get things in the game. But we want to continually show love to console. It will take time, but we're going to aim for that.
Yeah. Perfect. We'll always love to hear that for the console brethren. All right, guys, thank you so much. Super excited about what we got going on for Project Olympus, the Odyssey, Hera, all that kind of stuff. Let's throw it over to Hindu Man and Pon. They're on the desk to go over some bug
they literally
fixes
didn't
and
stop
balance
talking that
changes.
entire time.
Thank you so much, Aggro, and the
Good lord.
over there.
Project Olympus sounds sick.
Welcome to
TLDW.
Pon is here alongside me. Pon, how should they go?
Is he a PK?
It's been pretty
No, it's
good.
light.
Had a cool lunch. It was
What would you have?
I actually ended up having curry.
Oh.
Curry is delicious.
What a cool lunch.
I just wanted to continue that conversation for you all at home who are desperate for the bugs and balance to find out what.
I want to turn this up. It sounds
Yeah,
a
it
little
was great.
quiet.
It was like a sweet curry. It had some carrots and some potatoes and some onions.
Too long,
It
didn't
had
watch.
A nice thing of sticky rice. It was
Wait,
great.
Does this sound good, chat?
Then to the bug fixes
louder?
and the balance. We're going to start off with bug fixes, and first one up is stuff to do with the UI.
Yep.
Now I'm going to read this out. The rules for how God stats are shown on loading frames have been updated. God stats no longer require you to have purchased a mastery skin to display on your loading frame. They will show up based on your hide God stats option in your profile loadout. New players will have their hide God stats option defaulted
Fine
to
for you,
hidden.
cool. Okay, thank you.
And mastery levels 1 through 10, etc. will always display on your loading frame and cannot be hidden. So mastery level will display,
Yes.
but the stats across the top of win and losses and kills, that'll only be displayed if you want it to.
Yeah, so part of this is actually just simplifying the system. I think that's the major goal that we had
Sure.
here, was to simplify it, because you had this God stat page and you had the ability to hide parts of it, and it had changed over the course of lifetime, so some people expect it to work one way versus another way, and you had to like buy these mastery skins to get this aspect of it. We've simplified it. Everyone always has access to this.
I'll turn it up more
Masteries
if Pon's
always
so
show
quiet.
Your God stats are
That's as
hidden
high
by
as I can get
default,
it
but
there.
you can have access to them on all gods without you needing to buy the mastery skin.
Okay, nice simple UI update there. Next up is Oni Hunter's Garb in terms of bug fixes. This item no longer counts as an aura item.
Yes. Doesn't count as an aura item
Hang
anymore.
on, one second. Pop on. There's an Ares tier 5 skin coming out soon. Why are we nerfing Ares?
Because this item was not an aura item.
That's
and
not
so
normal.
We have removed it as an aura item.
Okay.
Yes, someone on Reddit actually was like, "Oh, sorry, Ares mains. I might have intentionally got nerfed," because that was where the bug report came from.
Okay, after that is BaRRaCCuDDa up next. If you haven't noticed and you want to try and use him now, do so. Because next patch, the minions from his ultimate will no longer remove backdoor protections.
Yeah, that was a change we made a while ago, or a long time ago, for minions to not remove backdoor protection.
Yeah.
Changed to Boxer ult, caused them to redo that.
I'm blaming you for that one. You
Yeah,
specifically.
It's probably my fault.
I'm glad you
actually.
accept the blame.
That one's actually probably
That's
my
the
fault.
first time you've ever accepted the blame, too. You know?
Yeah, it's also the first time that's ever applied.
Guess that's a fair point. Next up, Freya. We also fixed an issue where this is your fault too.
Yes.
Where fixed an issue where her first ability was healing for 100% instead of 33%.
Yeah, it was set to 100. It is now set to 33.
Okay, so a small nerf to Freya.
Yep.
Needed to happen anyway. It wasn't even really a nerf; it's a bug fix. But
Yeah, and I
it's
think
only
the
a
big
touch.
thing there is even though it is a nerf, and we have spoilers, we have some stuff here. We are wanting to get her in a state where she is bug-free and doesn't have any of those issues, to look at her balance holistically, because when there are issues like that, it can kind of muddy the water.
That's
what
a-
needs to be balanced versus what doesn't.
That's
so
big.
Fixing that was a top goal. It is a nerf, but it's also fixed to get her into the right.
That's huge.
spot.
It's a,
We need to
nerf,
for
it's a
future
nerf and a
adjustments.
fix at the same time, but mainly a fix. Deal with it. If you don't like it, it's fixed. It shouldn't have been that way in the first place. That's it for
Small
bug fixes
bug.
on this
Yeah,
list.
for
now,
real,
so you
dude.
guys know, generally the patch notes do come out with a massive list, so go read them if you're really interested there. We'll move on to items, and an item you've all been waiting for. It got leaked earlier on this week. It's golden and it's back, but it's a blade this time and not a bow, which means
Yep, it is melee only.
a couple of people guessed it at home. It's going to be melee
No.
only. I'm going to read through the stats though, because there has been some adjustments to
Give
this
it to
overall.
me.
So it's a new item. It's only going to be available to assassins and the warrior classes. Upgrades from
And warriors?
1,000-fold blade, so it's part of that tree. It's going to cost 2,200 gold, 30 physical power, 15% attack speed, 10%
Oh, that's a
movement
merc
speed.
item.
No crit, boys.
No crit.
Passive. All basic attacks will also hit enemies within a 15-unit radius of the target for 50% of the damage to gods, 75% damage to minions and jungle camps. So this is coming back, I guess, because we like the idea of it being available for certain gods to allow them to explore other roles. Is that what it is?
Yes, I think that's the big thing here. Is kind of a brief history. The old Golden Bow had some issues when it was in its weaker form. It was very niche its application, and it was part of the reason why like the god of, in particular, Mercury, was very largely successful because the item existed. But it's really weird to have a character rely on one item so heavily as much as he did.
Sure.
And so we were like, well, let's take this item that is for one character, make it a bit more widely applicable, and see how that does. And we did that mainly for the hunters to maybe even out some early game trades. Like if, for example, if Artemis was being out cleared, Artemis could pick this up early game and get access to that. And that really washed out the diversity of that class. We didn't really have any difference between hunters now. We just had difference between what kind of like steroids they brought to the fight versus like the early game, late game diversity. So in its weak form, it had problems where it was only good really on one character, and we'd rather bring that character up so they're not reliant on the item. And in its most powerful cases, it was just completely washing out any difference. And that was largely due to the fact that the tier 2 had the cleave, it had critical strike on it, which could make it wildly variable in its power level. And so with this redesign, we've made it melee only so that hunters can't use it to wash out their differences. Assassins can pick this up and use it to augment their clear or to kind of get some more splash damage in, and there's no crit on it that can allow it to suddenly spike.
So with that, you can just a quick recap: physical power, attack speed, and movement speed on the Golden Blade. And it's going to build out of the same tree as the melee items too. Now, don't get too upset though, hunters, because you may have an item that you may like the look of.
Yeah, this one's interesting.
Next, Heartseeker is going to be getting a bit of a shift, and some of this obviously is because we're bringing in the Golden Blade too. But when looking at the item in the Katana tree, it decided Heartseeker was the best choice to move away from that tree.
Yeah, so we kind of had a choice of like, do we want to leave Heartseeker where it is and let the side tree have 5, because that's something we can do. Like, we'd have to do a little extra work to do that, but we can do that. The big thing here was that we looked at the tree holistically, and they all kind of had their own identity, but Heartseeker felt like it was a bit outside of that scope. For example, Stonecutting Sword, these are all effects that like we feel afraid to give hunters, for example. Masamune getting those big extra boosts of protections when people are around kind of washes out their squishy nature. The Stonecutting Sword stealing protection to do something similar. Hasten Katana, we've been down that rabbit hole before. But Heartseeker is something that we feel like ability hunters, there's a world where this effect can live on those ability hunters and not feel super problematic. So we're going to give them access to that, and that opens up a nice spot for Golden Blade.
So this has been a little bit redesigned too, and the icon has been changed on this, I heard as well. Moving to the Hi-Rez tree, it can now be bought by all physical power classes, so that's assassins, warriors, and hunters too. It upgrades out from the charged Morningstar. It's going to cost 2,300 gold. It's 1,100 gold upgrade from the tier 2, and it's going to be 30 physical power, 10 physical penetration, but it's going to get 200 mana and 7 MP5 on this as well. And the passive, every successful basic attack gives you 1 stack. At 5 stacks, your next ability deals bonus damage equal to 80% of your physical power to the first enemy god hit, and restores 10% of your maximum mana.
So you lose the movement speed, but you gain access to a little bit of mana regeneration and a proc that also further restores your mana regeneration.
A lot of sustain on that.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of mana sustain, so there's a lot of characters who can utilize as well. For example, the more ability hunters like Chiron, Uller, Neith might be able to utilize as well to have that mana kind of out there and poke with a more aggressive poke. But we also still expect this to be really good on assassans. And then there's even some assassins that, for example, Bastet,
Medusa, Uller, Neith.
Transcendence was a bit slow because you had to stack it, although it wasn't a good power spike. It wasn't a bad item. And then the Hydra Star was
salt
not
item.
quite
Yeah, it is
there
actually.
in terms of like, well, you don't really basic attack cancel as Bastet, so it wasn't quite good for that mana sustain. So you're kind of left with Transcendence if you wanted to constantly get in and use mana. Well, now this item opens up a door where you get what you want on Bastet, Power Pen, and that mana regeneration. So it's also pretty applicable to some current existing assassins as well.
So that's a look at Heartseeker and Golden Blade coming to the battlegrounds. Next
also,
up,
as a note, real quick, someone basically guessed this item perfectly on Reddit.
Oh, what, that one?
Yeah, it was actually really funny. When Golden Blade was teased, they like guessed it perfectly. They're like, yeah, this is gonna move here, this is gonna move here, it's gonna have this stats. And like, I think the only thing that was missed was the max mana.
Did it say Hindu man and it was me?
No, it wasn't you.
I used my
it was pretty crazy. You're like, oh man, that person just nailed it.
It's my Smurf Reddit account, just in case, just so you guys know. Ethereal Staff is going to get a buff, is the final item change this week. It's going to get a bit of love. It's going to come down in cost. It was 2,700 gold. It's going to be 2,600 gold. But not only that, we've increased the health percentage stolen on passive ability from 4% to 5%. So swings at both ends, more technically damage coming out from this, and also a cost reduction.
Yeah, it's a really unique item we brought that actually is like our first mana steal that we've ever really done in the game. It also has the health steal that really can boost your tankiness. It still does have a bit of competition between Soul Reaver, and we want to really highlight its unique strength, which is really stealing that health to make you more tanky, where Soul Reaver is a pure DPS item. And so we're bringing down the cost, increasing the health stolen, making sure its identity is solid.
Okay, so that's it for items, and I guess the reason you're leaving items where they are is because there's a lot of mixture going on now, I guess, when you look at the competitive aspect at least. Like, there's a lot of varying items, so the list is a little short. New item, a buffed item, and then a shifted item across the way.
And I mean, that's going to shake up a lot already on its own.
Definitely, and you've already got like BaRRaCCuDDa came in last match as well, which is just on live right now. That's it for items. It's time to move on to God Balance, and we're going to start
stealing sets is awkward.
Athena is going to be getting a bit of a, well, a buff and a nerf, I guess.
Yeah.
So Reach now properly benefits from lifesteal at 33%. Was it not doing that before?
Yeah, it wouldn't heal you.
Oh.
Just wouldn't. And so now it does at 33%, like it should.
Cool. And on top of that, the next one is Preemptive Strike. That's the dash ability for you guys at home if you don't know it. It's going to have a cooldown now of 14 seconds at all ranks. It used to scale down. It was 15 to 11. So on paper, it's rank 2 of this ability in the early game, so it's a buff in the early game, but the late game, it's a little bit worse.
Yeah, so Athena's kind of an interesting case because as a whole, her ability to really pressure fights in the late game is her strongest aspect. You see it in the SP all the time where the Athena on a very low cooldown charge is able to engage, break Phoenix sieges, break Phoenix defenses, is really able to just get in there and kind of really mess up enemy plans in a way that is causing her to be incredible.
Yeah, I don't think it'll change too much, but
so even though we are buffing her early game a little bit here, because that's something you generally keep a point of, because you want the rank 2 of taunt, and then if you're being aggressive, you want to level up to 3. If you are holding on to that rank 1, it is going to be more powerful. You're going to be more powerful for the lower cooldown by 1 second.
Her dash,
but really, it's that late game that pushes her over the edge, and that's why we're bringing that down.
Okay, that's that for Athena. Next up is KaBRRaCCuDDa. A little bit of love for KaBRRaCCuDDa. Seismic Crush is going to get a bit of a buff here.
That was an 18
We're
second
decreasing the cooldown. It was 18 seconds, but it's now going to scale down as you rank up this ability. 18 seconds down to 14 seconds.
Wait, Cherio's back, dude.
Yep. So this one's a kind of a cool one because the goal here with this one is to really buff him in his more off rolls.
Okay.
We know that he has the potential to just really take over the soul lane, and so if you change your faction shield or tremors, he can really start bullying people out. But the one is something that's more unique to his support aspect. It's something more unique to his jungle aspect, and so we can bring that up and give him kind of some new life in those roles while not really worrying too much about breaking him out and causing him to be problematic in the soul lane.
It's also his form of mobility in CC too, so it comes a lot of things with that. So KaBRRaCCuDDa may see few more games, we'll find out. After that, it's on to Kurdanos, who's also going to get a bit of a love here. It's on Bramble Blast. Increase the base damage per tick of Bramble Blast. So it's not the initial damage, it's the tick afterwards. It's going to go from 4 to 20, it's now going to be 6 to 22.
Theranos OP.
So it's like, what, 2-ish at each rank, but that's still going to make an impact.
Yeah, so the big thing here is increasing kind of the damage that it does. It was quite potent when it was on launch. It had a slow, its damage was a bit higher, and that was something that we toned down really heavily. But we want to bring back some of that threatening nature that he had when he was released. Just not in the ways that were frustrating, not in the ways that were like the slow, for example, on it. So now it'll help the wave clear. It's a bit more threatening to stand in. It's a bit more damaging to stand in. This should give him a little bit of a push to help him compete with the other hunters.
Well, that's one hunter. How about another hunter? Chiron, going to get another bit of love here. Training exercise. We're going to increase the base damage of this ability. It was 70 to 270. It's now going to be 80 to 300. So top end, it's a nice big chunk top end. Early game, not so much, but
big buff on top end.
Yeah, it's going to hurt.
Oof.
Yeah, he's an ability hunter, making sure that that one, even though it has strong CC utility purposes, when you're using it for the offensive purposes, it just didn't quite have enough impact for him to really utilize it well, or to have that as much of a
level 9 Chiron.
He should. So we're giving that a little bit of damage, helping him compete a bit more. And plus, he also got Heartseeker. So
he did also get Heartseeker.
He's going to have
Next up, Pom mentioned it. It's a little bit more of a touch towards Freya's direction in this patch too, not just in what we mentioned earlier on. Northern Lights. It's going to reduce the magical power scaling of this ability. It was 50. It's going down to 40% of your ability power.
Yep. Very late game targeted. The early game, we feel like we've gotten into a relatively good spot. We toned down some of the damage of the range attack. We've been a lot of changes since her
Just
rework.
say she's in a good
this
spot
one's
early
very
game.
targeted towards that late game, especially that burst off the whoop combo. Just bringing that down so players have more time to react to it or more chance to survive it than turn on the fray after they've used
Just
that
not
cooldown.
one shot.
Just reduce that chance of one-shotting happening.
Okay, and last but not least, BaRRaCCuDDa is going to get a bit of a nerf this patch too. He's been a bit too squirrely for our liking. Through the Cosmos, cooldown increased. It was 90 seconds. It's
Still
gonna
clears
stay
every
on now.
ADC.
Start at 110, and it will come back
By
down to
far.
90 when you hit level 20.
Yeah, I think early
And every mid laner.
BaRRaCCuDDa's early game is really his defining
By
feature.
far.
The fact that he can
Olympus
buy
Shake,
point while he's
Deus
out in the
Anima,
back of
thanks
the
for the
jungle.
prime sub,
His
baby.
ability costs aren't
Thank you,
too,
man.
Aggressive, so with a few mana pushes,
We're
you can
woman.
really stay out for a long duration. And then that low cooldown that really lets you go around the map makes it
Thank
hard
you.
for the enemy jungler to counter engage or react to what you're doing. This
Wait,
opens up
what?
a window where my cooldown
like
is going
this.
to come up before yours because yours is at 110. It's a semi-global anyway, which a lot of our true global ults do have this longer cooldown.
Yeah.
It opens up the window for the enemy junglers to really actually be like, okay, you've used that long cooldown. I have an opportunity here to
smells
get.
delicious.
I can use my ult now, try and make some pressure, and use my ult again to make pressure before you can actually answer me back.
Yeah, I think with BaRRaCCuDDa too, even though it's not a full official global, because he can stay in the air for so long anyway,
Yeah.
it does a lot for the game. So a relatively good nerf there, and that's it for the God section. So here's a little look back. 3 buffs and 3 nerfs
332.
this patch. BaRRaCCuDDa, Freya, and Athena nerfed. Ooh, what are Twitter going to complain about today?
Yeah, we fixed everything. It's done.
We'll find out, I'm sure, after the show ends, that's for sure. But that's it from me and Pom for today. Pom, it's time for you to go and show off the skins, right?
Yep.
Well, let's get it over to Aggro
Skin
to
time.
show off the nice skins coming this patch.
Thank you very much, guys. It's your local Neath Heartseeker main here. Really good stuff. I'm excited to see what Heartseeker and the new Golden Sword. Oh, by the way, it's Tina's birthday today, and we are celebrating.
I have a skin code for your birthday.
Happy birthday, Tina!
Have a skin cover.
Everyone get their hat on. Yay!
Wow.
Happy birthday, Tina!
Happy birthday.
Tina was saying she wanted a hat before.
Yeah,
we started
you
this,
want.
and all I had to go do was
Oh, wait.
say, I wish I had a hat too, Tina, knowing that I was getting a hat later. I knew the whole time.
Wow.
I did.
You sneaky, sneaky little shit.
We got okay. Thank you for that. Joining me, not just the birthday girl Tina, but we've got Chris from the effects team and Ben as well. Guys,
Chris.
welcome in. A lot of really good skins to get to.
Code.
What? Are you gonna? Don't show it off. You gotta, that's
Yeah,
a
man,
giveaway.
you got to keep that for
That's a
yourself.
giveaway.
Zooming in.
Follow and retweet to enter. You know?
Oh, and retweet to enter.
That's gonna be big plays. Let's start with Cyber Scythe Thanatos. This one is looking really awesome. It's been in the background of a lot of our graphics so far today. I'm super psyched about it. We've seen some really cool Thanatos skins in the past, but this one, man, that face mask is so sick.
Spooky,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, we have been ramping up on some of the cyberpunk stuff, and we knew that this would be a good theme for this guy. We haven't seen a lot of like kind of skins like this for him, so we were like, what can we do this like Thanatos and like kind of death, but cyber, right? So like, what about like a cyber kind of skull mask, right?
That
Some
I
dope
love
wings to
those
go with
little
it.
like glitchy
Yeah, yeah,
effects
Mm-hmm.
going on there. That looks really, really good, and in the alternating colors, dude. This skin is so cool, dude. I'm so excited about it. Let's get
That's all effects, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
dude.
glitches are sick.
what kind of went into a lot of the work on this, Chris?
There was a lot of mesh work for the effects artist. He did a really good job on that, and I mean, yeah, the material work is pretty intense too. He did a really awesome job on that too, like all that flickering stuff. The in-hands look amazing.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah, the little trail they leave behind, the little electric shock they kind of give you.
Pew.
Definitely something that I'm looking forward to. Is there's the Soul Reap, looking really good. A giant cyber scythe. Do we know where we can get one of those?
Say that
Amazon,
5
right?
times fast, man.
Giant cyber scythe? No, that's easy, dude.
Giant cyber
That's easy mode here, Ben. Come on, man. I can do better than that. There's the you got the spooky face on the execute
Oh, yeah.
too.
Mm-hmm.
That's really, really awesome. Tina, you always like to give us the background of these. How did Cyber Scythe Thanatos get into the network? How did he hacker in there?
He's not really a hacker. He's more of like a cyber bully kind of dude.
Oh no.
Like he's.
You know you can
well-
just turn off the screen though, right?
Well, no, like he's. Okay, he's not like in that sense of like online. I mean, like he's a bounty hunter who's like a bully.
Okay.
Like he will kind of go out of his way to find the
He's
people that
mean.
he needs to, and he's mean. Yeah.
But
I'm just saying cyber because he's cyber.
sure.
Cyber.
No, I got you.
So he's not like sending him mean tweets and stuff.
No.
No.
He's
Oh,
not that
okay,
kind of
okay.
cyber bully.
He'll find you. He'll dox you on the internet,
On your Instagram.
right, and figure
Nice.
out your password, get into your bank account, transfer some money, and then use the money that he stole from you to buy a train, get on the train, and then kill you.
Yeah.
That's messed up, dude. That's a whole lot of levels.
He'll like transfer. Yeah, exactly.
Because not only is he killing you, but he's stealing your identity beforehand.
Right.
And so you have to deal with all that in the weeks leading up to you getting. It's
So
horrible.
he's kind of like a stalker on the internet, because that's how he finds his people to kill.
His prey.
His prey, right?
Instagram.
Because people pay him to find shit on the internet about those people.
Oh, okay.
Like he doesn't go out and take photographs like an investigator does. He does it with his like sneaky code. And
Hacker voice, I'm in.
Dang.
Yeah.
Cover your webcam, children.
Yeah. Cover up your webcam with some tape, or else Cyberscythe Thanatos is gonna find you.
Yeah, cover that webcam.
Dude, that too is so cool. The wings extend.
Yeah.
Like that. Oh, that's really awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, let's take a listen to the voice pack here for Cyberscythe Thanatos.
Attack middle lane. Attack the Titan. Defend left lane. The bounty on your head is quite low. Almost not worth it. Your pain is my pleasure. What a kill. Lethal. There's no one better.
If I were to pick up the
There's
phone
no
and
one
hear that
better.
voice on the other end, I'd be like,
We're
I'm
going
in
on
trouble.
a date.
I
Yeah.
messed up somewhere along the way to
Never
get to this
ask
point.
if their moms
Looking really awesome
feel
there.
operating
Voiced by
in
Stephen
Silicon
Fu.
Valley.
Yes.
Really cool there for Cyberscythe Thanatos. Okay, let's move on to Cosmic Power Anubis. This one, same line as the other Cosmic Skins, as I mentioned. This is one of my favorite lines that we do. The Khepri one is incredible. That was one of the more recent ones.
This one's
and
really
now
good, too.
Anubis joining the ranks. Looking really solid. Nothing like a space doggo to really get your day off.
Space abs doggo, dude.
Yeah,
he's
he's
like
working out.
so
He's ripped.
cut, dude.
He could bench me.
Yeah, he definitely could.
Bitch, you.
That man, like, how are you supposed to compete with that? Like, my dog's really cute, but she doesn't have a cosmic six-pack.
Pull on a stick,
no.
dude.
Yeah.
Make it
No,
fetch.
this is like
This one looking really awesome, man. The detail on the staff. And the detail for these cosmic skins always seems to be really tough. Really awesome. How tough is it for these cosmic ones on the effects side?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I mean, yeah, a lot of the material work, it's pretty difficult. You know, you have a lot of like, you have to overlay that galaxy thing in a lot of things, and that's, sorry, it's a bad explanation, but a lot goes into it for sure.
Yeah, the material for the effects, like the galaxy stuff, like it's on his body too.
Sure.
So like it's like not only is in the effects abilities, but actually on his material, and it's a combination of like multiple moving parts that kind of make it feel like there's a lot of depth and there's actually like a galaxy thing going on.
That's so cool. Oh,
the
look at
planet.
that.
That's dope.
That's so cool. The little lions. Oh, man. This skin, you know,
Oh, look.
we make a lot of great stuff, but anytime I see an Anubis skin, I'm like, number one, is this going to beat the tier 5? And if it does beat the tier 5, is it going to beat that one where you turn into a literal turret when you ult? And this one is right there, man. This one is super cool. The full combo on display by
Whoa.
Pon Pon. That the
Such
laser
skill.
light show straight
Such
from the
skill.
eyes.
Dang.
look at that.
Love the little effects underneath him
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
ground. Like he's
That
channeling the
vortex.
power of the universe from the bottom there.
Ooh, cool.
Tina, I'm a little nervous about asking, but how did Anubis become this cosmic power?
He's just always been the primordial god in this. He's not really like a death god the way I wrote him. He's still like evil, but he's like primordial, and he's, you know, along the side of Khepri and stuff, but Khepri's like kind of the better guy, and he is the darker guy. He's like kind of Khepri's nemesis,
Okay.
pretty much. Yeah,
Okay.
is how I wrote him.
I like it. That's super cool. The effects on this skin looking awesome. Let's take a listen to the voice pack here. Oh no.
Wow.
Pon Pon. No. Pon Pon.
Pon, you messed up, man.
We've done 17 update shows in season 5 alone, Pon. This is our 17th. Unfortunate. Oh, look, he made it so tiny. You can't hide from us, Pon. We all know what happened. Did that fix it? Did we get there? I don't think that loads the voice pack. Unfortunate. Okay, so go make sure you can try out the PTS and check this out. Maybe we'll be able to release something on our social media channels as well. But I do have a note here that it's the same guy who did the base Anubis voice.
Yes, same
with just
guy.
a little bit of cosmic energy involved.
Right. And yeah.
Cool.
Just more like big in his voice.
Nice. I like it. All right,
Yeah.
that's Cosmic Power Anubis there again. Apologies on that voice pack. Hindu man, dude, it's cool. Don't go beat up Pon. Hindu, sit down.
I'll get him!
No, it's cool. Pon, you're fine. He's sitting down now. Don't run. We still need you here for the next skin in particular, which is General Nossaris Kumbhakarna.
Oh, this is dope.
Dude, can I just say I love this skin? I say that for literally every skin,
amazing.
so it probably doesn't matter to anybody, but I really do love this skin.
I love this skin too.
It's looking really awesome, and you know, we do a lot of these high-tech skins, Ben. The last two have kind of looked that way, you know, cyber and then space. This one is just visceral, gonna beat you up with whatever he's got.
We try to give a nice range of skins,
Right.
And it's hard to do skins for Kumba. It's you know the bigger guys. It's hard to give them some good
pretty
love.
thick.
So we were like, what could we do that could be like that same kind of mass, but at the same time, you're really unique and interesting and new. And we're like, why not do like a rhino? That'd be freaking cool, right?
So cool. I mean,
He's so cool, dude.
Kumba is gonna charge it. Dude, that mouth is so good. The detail, just incredible. Still a sleepy rhinoceros, but a rhinoceros nonetheless. Where does a rhinoceros go to get a hammer like that, by the way?
So he's from a city.
Which city? Do you know? If it's unnamed
Sumabi.
Okay.
And the state of Sumabi is where he's from, and he's the general there. So he is very strict about protecting his city and his people. So anyone who threatens him, he charges at him and, you know, fights back. So, yeah.
He's in the horn.
I love it. The effects are super cool. Very like these tones are very
tribal kind of marks in it.
right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Very earthy too. It's a nice separation from the previous skins we've had.
Yeah, definitely. A totally different feel from some of the other skins during this update, and I think it fits beautifully. There's the epic uppercut. You got some effects going underneath him. Goodness, Pon. Take it easy on the poor Odinbot. One shot him there with epic uppercut. Dude, sending them all up for the ride. These sorts of quick effects that you see during the, like, you're not spending a whole lot of time in epic uppercut, but there's still a ton of detail there. Are those harder to do sometimes than the ones that you see that consistently?
Yeah, some of the quick ones are
Right.
a lot harder to work in because there's not much like persistent stuff to like take in. You have to make it all fit like real tight. So
it's really good. Ben, I saw a lot of people on Reddit getting excited about this skin, and they said they really like this idea of like new animal forms kind of for some of these gods. Is this something that is something that we might be looking to do some more of?
I mean, the fans will tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you like this stuff,
Yeah,
you
if
know,
you like
speak
it.
up.
We
And by
would love
speak
to
up,
do
you
more
mean
of these.
buy gems. You know?
See them jams.
Yeah, the gem play.
Yeah, we'd love to do more of these. If the fans are into it, we would love to do more of these. This is really fun to make.
Hindu. All right, fine. Let's listen to the voice pack. Goodness. Hold your horses over there.
Attack the middle lane. Attack the right lane. Attack the left lane. I'm the veteran, he. Attack the Titan. You serve our country well. Huzzah!
Dude, this voice pack.
Quite small for a warrior.
it's very sensual.
Unicorns may have horns, but we rhinos have curves. My son keeps charging things, and finally, I decided to take the credit card from him.
Dude, this
That's a good
voice.
laugh.
Who did this voice? Because this is incredible.
Demetrius Murray. I asked him to do like just a country in Africa that he could do, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll go with Nigeria," and he did a Nigerian person.
Dude, this is incredible. I love it. We also have a VXG for this, a special emote for this skin. Oh, we do, Hindu. So
I didn't
let's
know
take
that
a look.
either.
Oh, he's war crying across the map. Dude, that's so cool. I really like the sorts of ones that you can do while you're walking, and just gives me something to do with my hands while I'm walking around, and that's a really cool one.
Because he's a general.
He's a general. Yeah, exactly. It empowers him. Not actually. There's no stat boost, but it lets you know. That's so good.
Yeah.
I really wish that we could have certain skins that can do their VXGs in combat, because I just want to BM
Like an
people
auto
with them.
VXG after a kill or something like that?
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be sick.
That'd be really awesome. All right, last but certainly not least, Pixel Chaos Discordia.
Yay!
Another skin that people have been really, really hyped about on Twitter and Reddit, and for good reason. This skin, Discordia, has been out for a little bit. The kind of goth skin that she has, one that I use all the time. I love that one.
Woo!
But this is just awesome, dude. I mean, look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Pretty colors, man.
Yeah, the colors are phenomenal. Did you work on this one?
I sure did. I did the effects for
Look
it.
at you!
Wow.
Good job.
Chris, let me be the first to say, do a little better next time. Okay, this is phenomenal.
All right.
This is phenomenal. I absolutely love it. She's got like a high-tech Rubik's Cube there, it looks
Yes.
like.
Yeah.
Instead of an apple? Is that instead of the apple?
Yeah. Modeling took care of that one, actually.
Yep, yeah, it's a replacement for the apple. You'll see how cool it gets whenever she does her ult.
Oh, man. I'm excited. Ooh, wait, hold on. Can we turn up the volume on those auto attacks real
Gotta
quick?
hear this chip tune.
That's really cool.
Tighten up the graphics on level 3 with this one.
Yeah, this is awesome. Oh my god, it's so cool. The like 8-bit noises, man, are throwing me back right now.
Ties it all together, man.
It really does. I love the. Okay, I'm done, dude. I'm done. This is incredible.
Nice work, man. That's awesome.
That is really cool.
That is so cool. I am freaking out right now over that stripe. The
Little
like,
coin sound.
Look at him, he's turning red. Look at him. Look at
I'm not turning red.
it's so good.
Bob.
Let's check out the 3. I want to see the little pixel cloud she gets. This, oh man, and it changes color. I'm done, dude. This is the best. This is the best Discordia skin we'll ever have. We never have to make another Discordia skin after this, guys. We don't have to anymore.
Don't say that.
Because why would we need another one at this rate? My goodness.
This
All right,
is
I want to
really
check out
good.
this ult. Let's see it.
Do it.
Do it.
It's
Wait, no,
You
see
gotta
the
see it in
front.
motion,
Watch the
hold. You
front.
gotta
Watch
see
the
it in
front.
It eats you. Okay, all right. Does someone else, Hindu? Can you move over here? Because I can't, dude. This is too good.
Okay. What did I miss, Jet? Why is everyone
This
laughing?
is amazing.
Yes.
Pixel Chaos Discordia. These
Oh.
effects are just incredible.
Wow.
Her base model looks super cool. I am so stoked.
Wait,
about
those
this
effects
skin.
are actually sick. I mean,
Seriously, the
it's gonna be
drastic
competitively
like
banned,
that-
but-
it's a little bit more solid. It doesn't have that pixel nature to it, and it looks like it has a ton of detail in there as well.
If you get close, there's some elements that kind of are subtle with the pixels. We wanted to have the effects and the wings kind of really pop with the pixel stuff, but we still wanted to supplement it with some subtle bits going on in there.
Yeah.
But what was the best
That's
thing?
really, really awesome. It does really make the wings and the cubes around her
Does the
pop a little
cube
bit more.
actually have a face on it? Like the one she's holding?
It does.
Where?
Oh, it has a
It's
face?
like the little holes in it.
Oh, that's like the face?
Yeah. It's like its mouth, man. It's where it eats.
Oh.
It's gonna bite you.
It's mouth, man.
This is
What, it
insane.
chomps?
All right, I need a minute. Take me to the voice pack so I can relax. Maybe not. Who knows?
You dry off, dude?
Attack middle lane. Yeah! You rock, dude. Attack the Titan. Defend right lane. Yeah, I'm pretty dope. Do
you
not
are
winky face at me. I am not in the mood. Oh, you're one of those who blame the lag. I'm not overpowered. I guess you're just bad.
Wow.
Real life? Yeah,
you're
I've
welcome
never
in for
even
life.
heard of that server.
So Pixel Chaos Discordia is kind of like a cool retro gamer. You know,
Yes.
she like really likes the pixels and that kind of stuff, but she's still modern and hip in that regard.
Yes.
My goodness. Okay. I'm done.
My goodness.
I can't sit here and watch this anymore without needing it immediately, so we're gonna need to take it out. The incredible skins this patch. I am so excited for this update. It's gonna be really, really awesome. Again, this is just the beginning of the Odyssey, guys. If this is our starting point, then who knows where we're gonna end up, but it's gonna be a good one for sure.
It's gonna keep on coming.
That's right. Thank you guys again. Again, Tina, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I hope it's a great one. Let's
Thank
throw it
you
over
so
to Hindu
much.
on the desk with Isaiah and Offrin.
Well, oh well, oh well. Some amazing skins there. And it's not often I get to say that because I'm very picky about my skins. That Kumbhakana one,
A1.
definitely sold me. Joined on the desk, obviously, by Isaiah and Alvin, the community members from the different teams. And first one, Isaiah, I'm going to come to you. What goodies have you got for me this week?
I got some goodies this weekend. Right now, you can save
got
up to
some goodies.
35% off on gym packs for a limited time. We've got a gym sale going on. You guys have until September 9th is the last day to pick up gyms at a discounted price. So if you want to pick up any of that awesome
Everyone
stuff
buy
that we
gyms.
just saw, make sure stock up on gyms. There's no better time than now.
2, so that's going to be September the 9th. Okay, couple more days still for that.
Yep.
What else you got?
This weekend, win 3 games,
I'm
earn
greedy.
a cutesy avatar chest. It's that simple.
First 3 wins of the day and you get a cutesy chest?
That's right, and we got some new cutesy
Isn't there a new
avatars in there.
cutesy avatar in there?
Yeah, we got the cutesy Pele and we got a cutesy Giannis.
Oh,
Some nice stuff in that chest.
lovely. And on top of that, I believe you've got one more thing to tell me about. Something to do with getting towards the World Championships.
Yes, right. This is super exciting this year. So HRX at DreamHack ATL is in a couple of months, and we're hosting our 5th annual cosplay contest. But if you guys have an awesome cosplay and maybe weren't planning on making your way to HRX, you might want to think again. This year, you can cosplay your way to HRX.
How?
So all you have to do
Can I do that?
Yeah, you can.
Cool.
I thought you were going to be there anyway, but I mean,
I wasn't
if you
thinking
wanna,
about it, but now if it's going to be a free trip, then I'm tempted. You know?
What's your cosplay?
Kumba. I'd be a rhino.
He's going to be General Nosferous Kumba.
Bacchus or Kumba, I fit to pretty well. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, all you have to do is just make a cosplay, upload a video of your cosplay onto Twitter using the hashtag cosplay to HRX.
Okay.
And just give us a short sentence on why you think you want to come to HRX.
Any length in the video you want there of like them in their little outfit?
You know, just about a minute, just enough to show off how awesome the cosplay is.
Okay, so make a cosplay, video it, send it to us, and a chance you can get to HRX.
Exactly
all expenses
right.
paid?
All expenses paid. Yeah, I know. It's insane. So, yeah, make your cosplay, tweet it out, use the hashtag cosplay to HRX. Make sure you have your tweet with your video out by October 5th. We'll be announcing winners on October 10th.
That's awesome. Well, that's all you've got for me. But what have you got, young lady? What's going on?
Speaking of HRX, HRX tickets are still on sale, and we are getting so close.
That was a good segue. Yeah.
So head to HiResExpo.com.
Is that where you need to go? What date is the event?
November 16th through the 18th.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What's going to be there?
Ooh, there's going to be all kinds of things there.
Like
Smite
what?
World Championship.
Oh, yeah?
Smite Console Wars.
Ooh.
Ooh. So much good cosplay.
Ooh.
You get to meet me.
It's not as much as it's cracked up to be, guys. I'm just going to let you know on that one. But not only that as well, I mean, you've also got, we've been talking about a little bit about Mixer here and there, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
And what's going on there?
Oh, ho, ho. We have finally dropped the TM off of Soon, and account linking is here. It is live. You can link your accounts right now.
Now, the drops, though, aren't happening just yet, are they?
Auto drops are not turned on. We wanted to give you guys a little bit of time to link everything together, make sure it's all working, and in about 2 weeks or so, we should have auto drops turned on, so you don't have to keep redeeming those codes that are getting dropped in chat.
There you all go. Your account linking's coming through nicely. And with that, I've pretty much time for all of us to go, because the patch notes are over, and SPL is literally about to begin moments after this. Talking about the account linking a little bit more, if you want more information, have a look at this video as we close out the show. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Tune into the SPL. We'll see you on the next Patch Note show.
Hey, what's up, Smite fans? Tom Banneter here, bringing you some big news for the SPL and everybody that's at home watching. Starting today, right now actually, starting today, you can link your Hi-Rez and your Mixer account, and once you do, you immediately get the fancy SPL Bologna right there in your Smite account. Linking is easy.
Welcome back, Mysterious Jolteonics, the 5-month resub. Welcome back, baby.
Step 2. Log into the Hi-Rez account you want to receive rewards for, and then log into the Mixer account you use to watch the SPL broadcast. Step 3. Once you're logged in, click the Link Accounts button at the bottom of the page. This is when you'll automatically receive Pro League Bologna if you don't already have her. Step 4. Watch the games. Every time you tune into the matches, you're eligible to win Mixer Choosing Cosmetics, fantasy points, gems, the whole 9 yards. You're not going to want to miss a minute of the action anyway. You might as well get some free stuff along the way. The fall split is in full swing already. 1 week just began, so you're not too late to get into it. I'll see you on the Battleground of the Gods.
Alright, child, I guess it's in patch notes. The biggest thing is Golden Bow. Or whatever. Golden Blade. So that might allow, like, Mercury ADC, Bach ADC, pretty much all the assassins, maybe a few warriors ADC. So, like a Berserker Shield mixed with... Wait, how does that work with Berserker Shield? It probably doesn't work with Berserker Shield, but you guys might have to play against some of that stuff, and that does not sound like fun. And I don't want to play against that stuff. So we'll see. We'll see if that impacts duo at all. I assume I'll play against a decent amount of that in ranked. Wait, they said warriors. They said assassin. It said assassins on the thing, and then it said and warriors, like they said warriors. So I don't know if it's actually assassins and warriors. But yeah, I know it's assassins, but I don't know warriors. They said warriors. So I don't know if. Yeah, I don't know if Both those are actually